Hello, Ashley. You're back from Italy. I want to hear all about it. So, everybody, welcome. This is the Evergreen Growth Journey podcast. Me and my sister hanging out, having fun, planning to be a farmer in about 850 days when I retire at 55.
Not
So,
that you're
started the
counting down.
channel to learn the skills to be a farmer. I don't have the skills. So, yeah, this is a podcast that my sister is amazing, and she wanted to join me on this journey, this great experience, and we have the best conversations. So, join us, and I'm going to just open it up to Ashley. Tell me all about your trip to Italy.
Ah,
Where do you begin?
fabulous.
Do I need to be more
Wonderful.
specific?
Exactly. That kind of sums it all up.
So,
No.
did you have a good flight there? We'll start at the beginning.
Well, there were 2 delayed flights.
Okay.
It was supposed to be just 2 planes to get to Italy,
Okay.
but it ended up being 3 on the way there.
Okay.
We're supposed to get in town a little bit after 8 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
but we ended up getting there at 4.
Okay.
So there was a little,
Yeah, a
little
little
light there.
delay.
It's a
Yeah.
little, yeah.
Okay.
But it worked out great because
Okay.
if for any reason you go to Italy
Uh-huh.
and want to actually enjoy everything without all the people, you
Yeah.
go before 10 o'clock and
Mhm.
after 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Anything in between, everybody and your mom's there.
Okay. So, you mentioned that as good advice before you went on the trip, and that held true is
It
avoid midday.
100% true.
Okay.
When we
Awesome.
got there, we got to our little apartment, and we were in like a neighborhood.
Okay.
We didn't do a hotel or anything. We got like a little
Okay. So, it
B&B
wasn't
apartment.
downtown feel. It was kind of homey.
It was very homey.
Nice.
It was with people. I mean, you walk down they're not alleys, they're calleys,
Okay.
which that's cool.
Yeah.
But you go down the calleys and you saw people walking to work. You saw people taking their kids to school. We were honestly a 5-minute walk from a school.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. And
So,
then
community.
a 10-minute
Yeah.
walk to a boat yard and there's a stadium like
Mhm.
for soccer right there too, and just boats.
Okay.
And we'd go over there in the morning and watch the sunrise.
Scenic. Very nice.
And there was one day we went and there was a little bit of a storm coming with all
Mhm.
those boats, and
Yeah.
it sounded like wind chimes.
Oh, wow.
The
Just
most
like all the
beautiful
rigging
sound
and yeah.
because all the
Yeah, just the
things.
rigging and the sails and everything just jingling around.
Yes. Yes.
That's cool.
We basically claimed the area we were in as our town. That's
Okay.
how we
All right.
referred to it too, because
All right.
it was very local. I got excited about going, you know me,
Yeah.
I got excited about going into the little hardware store.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
seeing the different,
Same
seeing
thing,
what
but
they
different.
have, what they use,
Yeah. It's like
basically
people that
same
go to a
stuff.
different country and they go to the McDonald's just to see something familiar with a different twist to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, a hardware store.
I am who I am.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I would do the
Patricia
same
was
thing.
She was like, "You're entertaining all my things. I'll go in the hardware store with you too." But I mean, it was beautiful. Talking about Patricia,
Yeah.
we were there opening night.
Okay.
She got to do an interview
Uh-huh.
before they opened at
Okay.
6.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. It's online. Please go look at it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't
Send
know
me
her,
links to everything. I checked out her site for the clothes and I included that in some of the shorts that I'd pulled from our previous podcast. But yeah, I'd love to be able to see some of this stuff that you got to do while you were on this trip.
just her interview,
Mhm.
she had the option of like writing one or actually having questions
Okay.
asked or just tell about herself. She
Yeah.
decided just to tell about herself.
Nice. Okay.
And even the people that were with the gallery,
Mhm.
they're like, she was like, "Was that okay?" And everybody was like, "That was genuine. It was
Yeah.
emotional." And
Awesome.
if you don't know her, you'll know her after you watch
Yeah.
that. So it's really beautiful.
Okay.
So we had opening night.
Uh-huh.
It was so great. We made so many friends, just the
Aw.
different artists, hearing their stories,
Uh-huh.
seeing where they started and where they're at now, where they
Mhm.
want to be, how they create. And that's one thing I love about Patricia. It's not about
Mhm.
here's my art. It's all about me. No,
Yeah, yeah.
it's I love your art. How did you start?
Yeah.
It's the questions and
Yeah. She
just the
feels like she's part of
community.
that community. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we made so many friends. I can go back and look at the pictures and everything else. I'm like, there's this person, that
Mhm.
person, and it's yeah. And so after the opening, they invited all the artists and their companions, whoever they brought with them,
Mhm.
to go eat dinner.
Okay.
So we went to this restaurant that was honestly, they walk in and it's like family.
Okay.
The people from the gallery, they were like, "Oh," all
Yeah.
the it was
Everybody knew
just
each other, yeah.
it was it was beautiful, and they randomly put, they kinda sat everybody so you could kinda mingle, and we sat with 2 wonderful people.
Okay.
It was a work friends too. One of them
Yeah.
was the artist, and the other one came, she's a work friend, and
Okay.
they just became, best buds, and we're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, wait, we're kinda the same thing,
Yeah.
and this is what's going on."
Familiar
So
story, yeah.
yeah, it was just heartwarming, and everybody we
Nice.
met was just so down to earth. That's what I can't get over yet is everybody
Mhm.
was just normal. I would feel like, "Oh, I'm an artist." We didn't get that. It was,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I do this."
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
there was passion between it, and yeah, it was just anyway.
Yeah.
So that was opening night,
Awesome.
so that was an incredible experience. Delicious
Mhm.
food, of course, everywhere we
Yeah,
went.
you were excited about the tiramisu. Did you get tiramisu? Yes.
Let's just take a moment, hold on.
Did you bring me back any tiramisu? I mean,
No, it would've been no, no.
no,
When you
you
get
gotta get it
tiramisu, you
fresh right
eat it
there.
all.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no bringing there are no leftovers
Oh,
in
absolutely.
Italy.
Oh, that's true too, yeah. There
It
wouldn't be
really is.
leftovers.
They really don't do you don't
Oh, you
ask for a
don't.
box.
Yeah. You eat.
No, you eat.
Mhm.
So, but and the prices for the food were not bad.
Oh, no, yeah,
It was
Italy, they serve you a lot of food, and it's good food. Yeah.
but the price is not bad.
Yeah.
I could go to McDonald's and pay more.
Oh, yeah.
Serious.
Yeah,
And
especially
that's like a
nowadays. Yeah.
nice restaurant.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
there's that. That's
Yeah.
opening night.
Uh-huh.
We go and decompress of that happened, and we're
Mhm.
like I said, we just met so many wonderful friends, and we had made some
Yeah.
plans the next day
Okay.
to meet with a couple of the artists that we'd made
Oh, good.
friends with,
Okay.
and we sat at a restaurant for 4 hours
Wow.
and just hung out. It was, like, right there
Okay.
by the water.
Mhm.
Nobody was like, "Okay, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta clear this table, I got somebody else coming." It
Yeah.
wasn't that. They were just it was lovely. It
Yeah,
was
it's just
so
laid
weird.
back, relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to ask for the ticket because 'cause
Yeah.
they're
They don't
good.
rush you out. Yeah.
They don't. Whole place was not rushed. Just, going down the different alleys. When they
Mhm.
say go to Venice and get lost,
Yeah.
go go get lost.
Mhm. You never know what you're
I
gonna see and just
I will
explore.
s I will say we ugly cried a whole lot
Okay.
because it was so emotional,
Yeah.
just little I call them God winks. You can call them
Uh-huh.
signs, you can all the things that are like, "Okay, this is the way you're supposed to be going.
Mhm.
You're doing good, you're on the path." All those
Yes. We've had a lot of that the last couple years, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
My daughter
Mhm.
Joy was on this trip with us, not physically, but
Yes. Just you
everywhere we
kept seeing
turned.
her everywhere you turned?
I
Yeah.
did. I mean, even at the airport before we even left Charlotte, there was a girl named Nicole, which is my middle name. Her
Uh-huh.
dog's name was Joy,
Nice.
and then we met another couple, the wife's name was Joy.
Uh-huh.
There is this later on in the week, there was art everywhere. Benali Art, that's the group that was putting on all the
Okay.
art,
Okay.
Benali.
Okay. Nice.
But one day we went down a Cali and I
Uh-huh.
turned the corner and there was this big mural. When I say big,
Uh-huh.
it's like 2 billboards stacked on
Oh,
top of each other big. And it was a face. And I saw it and I was
right.
like, oh, this is beautiful. And then I looked at it a little bit longer and it
Okay.
had the word joy across like as a crown.
Okay.
And that's when I lost it. I was just like,
Yeah.
ugly cry, enter, yeah, insert ugly cry. That was on
Uh-huh.
film because me and
Okay.
Patricia just kept, yeah, we grabbed it.
Yeah.
We so grabbed the moments. We did so
Nice.
good. But just, I mean, even down one more joy point and I'll stop because there were like 10 or 12 more.
Okay.
But we had a terrace
Yeah.
at our apartment and even the rust water stain, it looked like my daughter. I mean,
Okay.
the red of the rust of the
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
looked like her face. It was
Okay.
so ugly cry, insert ugly cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, I think you're an empty nesting mom. I think that's why you're seeing all these signs too.
Stop.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
an
sure
empty
that's part of
nester.
it.
2
Yeah.
weeks before I left, and yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give Rob a bachelor pad for a week, that's all.
Well,
Just
you mentioned that there were gonna be extra dogs when you got home. Do you have more
there
puppies
were
waiting?
not.
Okay.
There were not. Joy's dog is spending selective nights over there just to get used to their
Mhm.
apartment, so
Okay.
but
Alright.
then we'll be down to 2 dogs, which is weird.
Yeah.
That's all that's here right now, that's why it's quiet.
Okay.
So, but,
Yeah.
okay, back to Patricia. We
Yes.
had opening night,
Mhm.
and, I mean, they were just talking about her fashion because she painted a dress
Yeah, you were talking about that.
for the opening night, like, physically painted a
Uh-huh.
dress, and she was wearing it. I was wearing one of her luxury, from her luxury,
Okay.
website of a painting
Yeah. You
that
mentioned
was
that on the
printed
last
on a
one, so I went
dress.
to her site, and in one of the shorts I did, I have, like, your head at the top and then the dress in the lower portion of it, so it almost looks like I got you wearing the dress. I don't know if it's the one that you were wearing, but it's one of the ones that was on her
Yeah,
website.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to send the picture to you so you can highlight it.
There you go.
But at us at opening night when us
Okay.
wearing the dress, so they got in their idea they're in their brain, they're like, "We love this whole concept of you
Yeah.
painting, like, physically painting
Okay.
this dress. Would
Yeah.
you be interested in doing, like, a fashion show for us?
Oh,
Like,
wow.
10 if you could paint 10 dresses
Okay.
and do a fashion show." So she was like so she had
How
an
soon?
interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a the next day after the opening, we met
Uh-huh.
with, the name on the, poster board of this exhibit, and
Okay.
I can't
Like
think
the
of her name
person
right
that
now,
put the
my
whole thing on?
God. Yes.
Wow.
We had an
Okay.
we she had a like, a face-to-face
Uh-huh.
meeting with her the next day about,
Okay.
possibilities of what this looks like.
Yeah.
So, of course, we get our suitcase that, of course, she
She
painted.
painted
She
the
painted 2
suitcases. Yeah.
she painted mine with sunflowers all over, and
Uh-huh.
hers had a lion on one side, and then on the other side is the Green Man, which she's doing a whole series on those.
Okay,
Those are
yeah,
beautiful
you
to
mentioned that
out.
last time. I've gotta see your Green Man stuff. Yeah, that sounds so cool.
It's very cool, very, very
Yeah,
cool. So
I'm
anyway,
kinda
so we
partial to
pack
green lately. Yeah.
we take these to the gallery where she's doing a FaceTime
Uh-huh.
interview because 'cause I'm
Yeah.
not sure where Monty was.
Okay.
I can't we always get her name wrong. But
Mhm.
anyway,
Okay.
it's okay, she's a lovely person. But anyway, so she, like, shows her the suitcases, "Oh, yeah, I did this," and then she opens it up, holds 2 dresses that she's, from her luxury line, a
Mhm.
sweatshirt, a T-shirt that's got her artwork on it, which you can
Yeah.
get online, all these
Yeah.
things. Anyway, so all this, that, the other, and
Mhm.
then and she was like, "Could you do, like, 10 dresses?" "Sure, we can
Okay.
do that." We just have to find the dresses and paint them. No biggie.
Mhm. No
For
big.
Patricia, at least, not me. I'll just wear the dress while she paints it, I'm good.
Sure,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's what we did last time, it was fun. So anyway, so that's set, so there and then they text her later in the day
Uh-huh.
saying, "This is a great idea, and we
Okay.
really wanna do this." September sound good?
September.
September! Okay.
Okay.
Come come back
It's end
to
of July and September. Okay.
come back
Yeah.
and come back to Venice and do this a fashion show with 10 dresses, have an
Yeah.
exhibit, you know, all the
Wow.
things. So she will literally and we the next day we went to go tour the
Uh-huh.
palace that we're gonna be in,
Palace.
and
Nice.
the
Okay.
one and only way you get in, you will pass her,
Okay.
and there's, like, almost like a runway right there that you walk through, but she'll have
Uh-huh.
a little setup where she's literally there will be a model with one of her
Mhm.
dresses, and
Yeah.
Patricia will be painting on it.
Okay.
So people are gonna have to go past her to get
Yeah.
in and past her to leave.
Wow.
And
That's very
then
nice.
we're gonna have
Okay.
models
Mhm.
with the already painted dresses
Mhm.
in different spots. They wanted us to just kind of walk around and model
Okay.
throughout, but she doesn't want to take away from the other artists that are there because
Uh-huh.
it's not just a solo.
Yeah.
It's there's gonna be other artists there. So
Okay.
we're like she was like, I just don't wanna take away from them."
Okay.
So and then she'll
Hmm.
have one space there's 5 different rooms in the gallery
Uh-huh.
upstairs from where she's gonna be.
Mhm.
in one of the rooms, she's got like a whole space, and then there's 3 windows that you can kinda stand at,
Mhm.
overlook one of the canals where gondolas go.
Oh, wow.
And if you look across, it's like a big courtyard right there that's got a huge statue.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the one and only way to get, I forget where exactly it is, but it's people have to go by that.
Okay.
So
That
there'll
sounds
be
amazing.
great traffic, great.
Yeah, great opportunity. Wow.
Yes.
So much
So, and
visibility
this,
for work. Yeah. So
yeah.
incredible.
So open night, she'll be painting, but throughout the
Okay.
week, it'll just be mannequins in her space
Okay.
with the
Just
dresses.
okay. Showing off
Yeah.
the
And
dresses.
then stuff on the wall. We haven't figured
Okay.
out how any of that,
Yeah.
no details on that.
Okay.
So
Wow.
we're very excited. It's it's gonna be quite amazing.
Yeah. It sounds like she's going from one amazing opportunity to the next. And it's just the path she's on is just incredible to hear about.
Yeah, it's kinda
Wow.
scary and fun,
Yeah.
and like I said, we keep on having all the little things that are like, "Okay, you're going in the right way. You're going
Yeah.
in the right way. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going."
No, it's inspiring.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
staying grounded. I love it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Very
anyway,
nice.
here's all that, and
So
Italy
you're
was
going back to
beautiful.
Venice.
Yes.
How long is that trip going to be?
It'll be a week.
Okay. So another week in Venice.
Another week in Venice. I just gotta
Okay.
figure out the particulars of it, the money
Yeah.
part of it, the
Yeah.
life part of it.
Yeah. But
It'll figure itself
amazing.
out, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
So, what's
Yeah.
going on with you? How is what are you doing right now?
Getting ready for my daughter to go back to South Carolina to her first apartment. She was in the kitchen cleaning the kitchen table, which she's gonna take with her because
Oh,
we're moving stuff out of the house. Me and Gabe, we're moving all of that bedroom set from the basement up to the garage. We're
uh-huh.
picking up a U-Haul in the morning and getting it loaded up. And then, yeah, I'll be driving down Sunday, and we unload her Monday when she gets her, access to her apartment. So,
Yep, and I'm gonna meet you over there,
yeah,
so
it's a
you'll have
lot.
a few
Yeah,
extra hands.
yeah, that would be appreciated. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it'll go fairly smooth. I mean, there's some big bulky things. It's mostly that bedroom set. That's just it's like oak wood kind of heavy stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, if we got it from the basement to the garage, I'm sure we can get it from a truck
You're
into her apartment. So we're good.
yeah. What floor is she on? Is she on the bottom or upper?
She's it's actually down a flight, and
Oh, okay.
it's kind of built on a hill, so it's like a drop off the building, so there's not a going around the building, it's going down the stairs,
That's
so
not bad. We'll gravity
we'll
will
make it
help.
work. Yeah, it'll be
It's
okay.
easier to carry things downstairs and up a stair.
That is true. That is true. Moving
But
in will be easier than moving out. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's
it's
been the
okay.
big thing is prepping for her move, making sure, now that I'm running 2 channels, trying to make sure I've got content for the channels. I've got clips that I've done from previous podcasts with you that I was using Riverside, cutting those out, and then I'm editing those within the YouTube studio to get those ready. I kind of have my
Okay,
process now, so it goes pretty smoothly. Um,
good.
yeah, and you mentioned giving pictures and stuff like that. So I mean, I do have a chance to like add in more pictures to it because I got
Okay,
comments on a couple of like, you're talking about your tater towers, but you're not showing them. So it's like, yeah,
okay,
I,
yeah.
I should have edited and added a picture. Yeah, so
You can just kinda
I'm
put it
trying
up
to
in
do
the
more of that now.
wherever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll make sure I send
I
you
have
some
like a
pictures.
15-point checklist when I'm doing my shorts just to check everything, make sure I got the thumbnails, the titles, the video, all the stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah. You got your system, so it
yeah, I got my
works a
system.
little smoother.
And then I'm
Good.
working ahead on the Ferrex Gaming. I'm up to 24 subscribers on that one now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've kind
Okay.
of plateaued or hit like a point where I didn't get subscribers on either channel for like 10 days. I
Uh,
mean, it's like, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I think it's just the content. People weren't subscribing beginning of summer or something. I don't know. Well, I guess it was
yes.
around, 14th to 24th ish. But I did get a subscriber for my gaming channel today. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. And
Yeah,
there
I
we
dipped
go.
down. I was at like 173. I dipped to 172. And then it's like I hit 173 again, went to 174, went back to 173. It's like I've just
Yeah,
been 173 the whole time.
just
But
173.
it's okay. I
It's
think of
fine.
it as, planting seeds in the garden and, it's going to hit that point where they're ready to grow and it's just going to take off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it feels like that time before the things take off and they start growing. So I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's
Just
just
keep going.
it's just waiting for the growth, you know. It's kind of like when I
I
had
know.
those potatoes
Patience.
in the cardboard box and I couldn't see them growing. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
Patience
gonna
is
happen.
hard.
It is.
It's gonna have to have, yeah. You
I've
just
I've
have to
always
have
had a lot
faith
of
and believe that
patience,
you can do
but it
it.
gets tested. Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't get more patience unless you get tested with it. Yeah. That's what builds
I
it.
mean, what? It
So
stinks though. I don't like it. No.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. But
fun. Yeah.
with the gaming, I've been playing Minecraft all day. I mean, phew, rough life, huh? Yeah,
Darn.
I know. I've been
Sucks.
trying to record like hour-long episodes, and I've got them scheduled out all the way until we get back, the following weekend. So I think I'm good on
Okay.
that one. Right after this, I'm planning to do a live stream. I finally got to where I can live stream again. So that restriction that I
Okay.
had from that child policy thing that I didn't know about that I somehow broke.
Somehow you
I
did.
don't know if it was the emails and the feedback things I sent in or what it was, but it finally last Sunday I was doing
Okay.
something and I just checked it just to see. I had checked it that morning and it wasn't working. And then I checked it and hey, it's working. So I tested
It's
it, did a
working.
little
So
live stream. I started doing
don't
like a
ask
one
questions.
chunk. So it's like a 16 by 16 block kind of area that I'm staying in a
Okay.
Minecraft world. And I'm playing in that. So it's kind of like relax, chill. I have, I can chat with people while I'm doing it. I had a couple of my regular people that watch my videos that hopped in and we had conversations. That was really nice. That's what I missed. I mean, it's nice
Good.
getting the comments, but having the one-on-one interaction while you're doing it, that's so much fun.
Yeah. I
So,
know. It's better conversation than, yeah.
yeah, it's like we do our podcast and it's amazing, but it's recorded. So it's not like we're getting interaction with people
Yeah.
while we're doing it, which is fine because it's the interaction between us anyway.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. We'll get
that's
that.
why I do the
We'll get
cooking
to that
chats.
point.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Evergreen Growth Journey, that's the reason why I do the cooking chats. I'm growing all the food, so I do a
Yeah.
cooking chat. I'm alternating between our podcast and doing that, and then those go out the following Wednesday. So I really like that
Okay.
schedule.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just having the interaction and the comments I get back from people. And I mentioned the pepper gardener. He has responded to a lot of my videos and just given me some good
Okay.
feedback. And I got suggestions on adding peppers to some of the things I'm growing. It's like I've got some peppers growing, so like, what can I make with the things that I've got in my garden now? And got his suggestions, so it's really nice. I feel like I'm
And
starting to
that's
build that
nice.
community, so
Oh
it's really
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. It'll keep growing.
Yeah,
You
it
make
was
those
fun.
friends and those
Yeah, I don't know if you've had a
opportunities.
chance to watch it since you've been in Italy, but I had these long beans. Have you ever seen
Uh
long
huh.
beans? They're like yard long. They're like 3 foot long. Well, my hand's going off camera,
What?
but they're like 3 foot long.
Yeah.
So I've got them on this trellis, and it's like, how do I cook that? So of course I Google it, and it's like I've got fresh tomatoes from my garden. I have some Chinese long beans. What can I make with it that will be good for a live stream? And it came up with a Chinese long bean, tomato, and egg stir fry, and it was amazing.
Ooh,
It was so good. So
that
yeah,
sounds good.
I've got some more in the fridge that I might have a chance to cook before I head down there. We
Yeah.
went to Timbuktu. Sometimes when you guys visit, you go to Timbuktu. We went
Yes.
there last
Always.
night for Lauren's, like, going away kind of before we
Yeah.
move her to South Carolina again.
Yeah.
And so full, so good. I mean, just the crab cakes. I'm gonna miss the crab cakes here.
The crab cakes are not the
That's
same here.
I know
No.
that's the big thing about Maryland is the crab cakes are amazing. So definitely gonna miss those when we move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. South Carolina, a few places I'm sure you can find them, but it's not gonna be Maryland.
Yeah, and it's prepared very differently down there, but it's really good down there. It's just it's not the
Yeah. Yeah.
same as the
Yeah.
way it's prepared here. So
Yeah. True. Lovely.
yeah,
Look at us. So 25 minutes.
I know we're doing pretty good there.
What? I know. What else we got?
I don't know. Anything else with your trip that you were wanting to share? I mean, a lot
Uh,
of great stories there, and just I'm so excited for your next trip. But wow,
exactly. I
yeah,
will say, whenever me and Patricia go anywhere, I don't care if
mhm,
it's just downtown or Georgia or, Italy,
mhm,
we always like to immerse ourselves in the local area
yeah,
and try to just honestly live like the locals, see
yeah,
what's actually going on. I don't,
yeah,
we did the whole touristy tour where
mhm,
you have the little headphone,
yep,
and then we did a gondola ride.
yeah.
You know,
You mentioned the gondola. I haven't done that. How was that?
it was really nice. I mean, it was like, okay, now we did it. Okay, so
Yeah,
that there's that. I mean, it was fun. It was
yeah,
beautiful.
okay.
But for us, our last night that
Mhm.
we were there, we ended up going down back to our town,
Yeah.
and there was a gentleman there, and we had seen him early, and he actually
Mhm.
talked to Patricia at one point. His name is
Okay.
Luigi. Older man, has a little
Okay.
shop. Y'all make sure y'all come back and check out
Mhm.
the place.
Okay.
He said it more Italian than Southern, but
Yeah.
yeah, we get it. But, so we're walking down the night before we leave, and we see that his store is open.
Mhm.
So we're like, "Okay, we have to go see Luigi."
Yeah.
So we walk in there. It's a secondhand shop. It's a thrift
Okay.
store.
Okay. Okay.
So many fun, neat things in there, and we walk and walk, and we end up in the back of the store, and there's a dining room table, and
Okay.
there's a gentleman sitting there. He's like, "Are you hungry? Come eat, join,
Okay.
join." And we're like, we both look at each other and are like, I mean, sure,
You can't say no. I mean,
you can't say no.
yeah.
So we find out his name is I can't say it
I'm waiting
right.
for you to say Mario since the other guy's Luigi.
Marino.
Okay.
Marino. It was his name, but we
Marino.
were
Okay.
like, it's like Mario and Luigi. He was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, and Luigi is like an older gentleman. I'd probably give him 70. But so we have Mario and Luigi,
Uh-huh.
and Luigi serves me and Patricia and everybody
Uh-huh.
food, and we eat, we drink wine,
Wow.
and then after we eat, next thing you know, Mario is pulling out a Casio keyboard.
Okay.
I mean, and he
Okay.
starts playing, beautiful, and then next thing you
Wow.
know, he's over singing like opera,
Okay.
beautiful voice, and
Amazing.
then he starts singing "Song of Silence," "The Sound of
Okay.
Silence,"
Sound of silence.
"Sound of Silence." Yeah,
Yeah.
that song. Sorry,
Yeah.
brain. In Italian.
Wow.
Him and Luigi start just
Just
belching it out.
uh-huh.
Beautiful.
Wow.
They finish that song, and then one of their friends, she comes in. Her name is, get this, Patricia.
Okay.
Patricia,
Patricia. Yeah.
Italian. Because I
Patricia.
mean, Mario, Luigi, and a Patricia.
Wow.
I can't make this stuff up.
I know. That's amazing.
And then they
You
continue
were
singing.
supposed to be there.
I know.
Yeah.
She actually sings at a theater down the road from where we're
Okay.
at, and
Yeah.
she's over here belting out. I mean, like,
Oh my goodness.
passion song, all of them, and
Yeah.
it was
That's
crazy.
incredible. Oh
It
my goodness.
All the
Okay.
craziness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last night we had a home cooked meal with
Mhm.
Italians that sang and just
Wow.
loved on us, and we just shared life together, and that
Yeah.
was just so. We walked back to the apartment. We went over, of course, one of the bridges,
Yeah.
and we had to just stop and just lay on the bridge and just look
Okay.
up
Yeah.
and just we're like, what even just happened?
I
And we
know.
did that so many times. It's like, how did we end up doing what we just did?
Yeah, you couldn't have planned any of that. It's amazing. Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
again, we want to tell our stories, but
Yeah.
in the back of our mind, we're like, nobody's gonna believe us.
Yeah. No, that wow.
So that we had so many moments like that. You
Okay.
just
Well, I can't wait
don't.
for your next trip to hear the stories from that one.
We even got to dance in the streets. It all the things, fireworks. There were fireworks.
Okay.
They do that like once a year, and we were there for that.
You were there for that. Nice. Okay.
Yes. So anyway, I could go on for years. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure just a week there and you've got just years worth of stories.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's all good. I love it. So we're going back in September for a fashion show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So excited for you.
More videos.
You're going to have so much
So,
fun. And you won't be
yes.
so nervous next time. You
I
seemed
know.
really
It'll be
nervous last time
like going
before
back
you
home.
went. Yeah.
Yep. So, all righty. Well, I'm going to let you go.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me again. And for anybody watching, thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe, come back for more. We're going to do this on a regular basis when she's not in Italy. So,
I'm home for a
yeah,
minute.
having so much fun with this and just come on back and join us. All right. Well, love you, sister.
Okay.
And I look forward to seeing you once we get Lauren moved down there. You're going to help us unload on Monday. So,
On Monday, I'll
all
be
right.
there.
We'll see you there.
All right. Cool. I love you.
All right. Love you. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.